Hey y'all, my name is Reyna and I am a graphic designer and Etsy shop owner. Welcome and thank you so much for joining me on this channel. Make sure you subscribe and follow me on my social media links on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. So in this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about my background of how I got into art and more specifically, how I got into cultural art. I'll also be talking about some of the artwork I produce and sharing some thoughts I have as an Indigenous artist. Again, welcome and let's jump into it. So a quick backstory, I grew up in the States, moved to Oaxaca for about 6 years. And the way I got into art was, I've always been drawn to art. I think we all have as kids. I started taking it seriously when I started middle school in Oaxaca. And in middle school over there, you get into these things called talleres. So they're kind of like, not after school programs, but they're like an elective. To get into an elective, you have to take like this interest quiz, right? That asks you like, do you like computers? Do you like to draw? Do you like to sew? Do you like to do this? Basically to get to know you. And I made it a point to like get into something artistic. So I obviously would put yes to all the art questions. And I got into dibujo técnico, and that would translate kind of like to an architecture class. And I enjoyed it. You know, we did a lot of drawings of buildings. We did a lot of drawings of like landscapes. We did a lot of scale models of buildings, houses, and stuff like that. Basically just kind of like dabbling into architecture. I did that for 3 years and I really liked it. And I think that gave me the impression that I wanted to be an architect. Later on in college, I decided to pursue architecture, and it was all good until I got to the math stuff and I realized, oh, like I don't like architecture because I guess I like the field. I like it because I like drawing stuff. So needless to say, I switched majors, and in 2015 I took my first Photoshop class and I fell in love. I didn't really start getting into cultural stuff until like I want to say 2017, where I took a photography class and we had to do a self-portrait of like how you feel people see you. And that's where I did my first dive into my identity. So, you know, growing up in Oaxaca, you're immersed in the culture. Especially if you're an Indigenous person, you know, you're immersed by the language. In my case, it was Zapoteco. And there's a lot of like identity crisis only because there's so much discrimination in Mexico that you don't want to be seen as Indigenous. As I grew older, I realized, well, why do I have to be embarrassed of like literally speaking a native language? Like in Mexico, people will make you feel less Mexican because you are Indigenous, which doesn't make sense, right? Because we're people from los pueblos originarios. But anyway, I also think something important to note as a cultural artist is that it's important to build community, because without community, you're not gonna have a lot of support. And I'm not just talking about people who are gonna buy your stuff, but I'm talking about like people who are gonna encourage you to keep going when you don't have art ideas. Friends who you can relate to, because when you build community, you're also getting to know people who are familiar with your culture. Like, oh, like you like chapulines? Oh yeah, I like chapulines. Have you ever had them like with limon y sal or like with this and so on? Oh, you haven't? Oh, you should try it. You know what I'm saying? It becomes like something interchangeable. So when you're starting your either art business, they support you, and whenever they start their business or an endeavor, you support them. It's like a mutual support system. And I've met so many cool friends on Instagram and on Twitter and on TikTok, and I think it's just cool, you know, that I've met so many people from Oaxaca. And not only from Oaxaca now, like I've met so many other cool Indigenous friends from either the US, Mexico, South America, Central America, and you know, these connections just keep growing because, you know, my art is like, I guess, so community focused, and I just want to be like a community focused person, because, you know, I feel like without community, what do you have? You know what I'm saying? Like, community are literally your friends, your family, and it's just something so cool to have. But yeah, let me show you a little bit about what I'm talking about when I say the art I make. so y'all can have like a little bit of an idea of what I was scared to put out into the world. So this was one of my first designs, and I was terrified to like put it out into the world because I was like, who's gonna buy it? Or who even cares about Oaxaca? But anyway, this is the first one. And you know, it's pretty cute, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a little chapulín that I drew, then I like just made it into a sticker. This one was also one of the first ones. Let me get it out. This is also one of my first ones. It says chapulines, quesillo, mezcal y tejate. So this one was really popular, and you know, for the same fact that, you know, there wasn't as many artists out there, and now like the community, the art, Oaxacan art community is growing, and I think it's pretty freaking cool. These are other stickers that I've made along the way. Oaxaca art stickers. So this one. This is one of the more recent ones that I've made. And this one says, que los tragos de mezcal sean contigo, no por ti. You're anonymous. I tried to see who made it, but I couldn't find a name. This is the next one that says, para todo mal, mezcal para todo bien también. And this is a really popular phrase in Oaxaca, because Oaxaca is known for the mezcal production. I've also gotten into a lot of botanical art, and I don't know, something about flowers. I love drawing flowers. I think it's kind of like even cathartic. It's just so relaxing to draw flowers. I don't know why. I love drawing flowers. So here's a poppy one that I have. This is a California poppy. This is this is a flor de calabaza sticker. Super cute. And I don't have any epazote stickers right now because I sold them all, but I have a flor de maguey sticker. And this is just like one of, like, you know, some of the stickers that I make. I also make posters, and this is one of them. This is the epazote poster. I've made the same sticker that you saw previously, but with the different design, and it's para todo mal, mezcal, para todo bien también. This is super cute. But yeah, you know, art is just so extensive that I feel like, don't be afraid to put your stuff out there. Yeah, don't feel discouraged, because we all draw the same thing in different ways. So the way I'm gonna draw a chapulín is gonna be different from the way another artist is gonna draw a chapulín, and some people might like my style better and some people might like their style better. And you know, that's the cool thing about it, that there's like no one way to like portray a certain thing in art. And with all that said, I just want to say thank you to everybody who watched this video, to everybody who follows me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. I really hope I can make this a safe space for people of color to share their art and talk about their art thoughts, or like art just stuff. And you know, I want to make this either a weekly or a bi-weekly thing. Share studio vlogs, you know, kind of share my creative process of like when I'm drawing something or when I'm thinking about creating something. I also want to share my packaging process. I want to show what products I like to use and how I make my packages look so cohesive. And you know, just share all this with y'all, and hopefully it helps somebody out. And I really want this to be a safe space to where artists of color can see their goals as attainable and feel like they are being seen, because I know that's something I definitely struggled with. But thank you so much again for watching, and I will see y'all soon.